Anchor has been listed on Coinbase. Chris, you called it, and here we are less than 24 hours later. Let's get into it. So Chris, that was yesterday on the live stream. In fact, we were talking about what is the next token to be listed on Coinbase, and bam, you called it. ANKR, you said was going to be the next one. You thought that was the coin that was most likely to get, positioned on Coinbase, and here we are 24 hours later, and ANKR is officially on Coinbase Pro. So as we get into this, guys, if you find it useful, informative, hit the like button. If not for the information, just because Chris got it right. And why not, right? Of course, if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. You'll be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And sometimes Chris is right with some fantastic Coinbase listings. So why not? Stay up to date. Right, Chris, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I said that it was going to be listed on Coinbase, and it has been a few hours later. I need to marvel in that a little bit, so yeah, apologies. But no, you heard it here first. I love saying that. We seem to be saying quite a lot of the right things recently, which is fantastic. Long may it continue.
Long may it continue. Let's jump over to the desktop, guys, and see exactly what is going on here with ANKR. So ANKR has joined Coinbase Pro along with Curve and 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗔. I'm not sure how I'm going to pronounce that. Storage. I'm going to go with Storage. I'm going to go with something like that. But basically launching on Coinbase Pro, Chris, which is fantastic. Obviously, you called ANKR yesterday, but there's 2 additional coins here as well. So starting as of today, Tuesday, 23rd, transfer ANKR, Curve, and Storage into Coinbase Pro account ahead of trading. Support for ANKR, CRV, and 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗔𝗔 will be available in all Coinbase supported jurisdictions with the exception of CRV in New York State. Trading will begin on or after 9 a.m. Pacific time on Thursday, March 25th, if liquidity conditions are met. So this is fantastic. Just obviously having stuff listed on Coinbase generally is pretty good for the price discovery of these particular tokens, and amongst many other benefits as well, just that it's easy to access for any new guys coming into the space, which is kind of what we want as the space kind of becomes a little bit more inclusive. So one of the most common questions that Coinbase get is will their customers be able to trade more assets on their platform? And there's lists on their blog that we kind of covered in yesterday's stream, kind of going through the things that they are potentially looking at and what could be next and all that kind of thing. That's what we were speculating on yesterday. That is why Chris called out ANKR as a clear contender. I thought there was a few other ones like 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪. I thought that was going to be next, but I was wrong, and Chris was right. Revel in that as you will, Chris.
It has to be done, And I think when they say that people keep asking them about coins, when's a particular coin gonna appear on Coinbase, I think it's really when vet or when whatever project, you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this is good. So I'm not going to go into the detail of everything that has recently been listed, but starting immediately, Coinbase will begin accepting inbound transfers of ANKR, CRV, and 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗁 that's going to bug me until I can figure out how to say that word. But it's going to be all to Coinbase Pro, so not on regular Coinbase, not yet. But we said the same thing with Cardano, and it is a short hop and a skip down the road there to regular Coinbase.com. So watch that space. I imagine that ANKR will also end up on Coinbase.com shortly, as will SRV. I'm sure that one's going to be there soon as well. But of course, trading will begin on Coinbase Pro on or after 9 a.m. Pacific time, Thursday, March 25th, if the liquidity conditions are met. And normally they have like a phased approach to it. I'm not sure if they talk about that here yet. 3 phases, there you go. Once sufficient supply of ANKR, CRV, 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 is established on the platform, trading on the ANKR to USD, ANKR to Bitcoin, ANKR to Euro, and ANKR to Great British Pound, they'll begin. And the order books will launch in 3 phases. First off, there will be the post only. the limit only, and then the full trading. If at any point one of the new order books does not meet the Coinbase assessment for a healthy and orderly market, Coinbase may actually keep the book in one state for a long period of time, or suspend trading as per their trading rules. So Coinbase will update everyone via Twitter as to when the order books move through those phases accordingly. So one to watch out for sure. And then they go on to a little bit of a spiel about each of these tokens. They're all three of them are Ethereum based, and guess Coinbase has a bit of a history with doing that kind of thing. But ANKR is a Ethereum token that powers the ANKR, a distributed computing platform that aims to make it easy and affordable for developers to deploy and use a variety of blockchains. The ANKR token can be used to pay for services on ANKR, such as node deployment, and also acts as an incentive for network participants. I'm not going to go into the other two because this is really an ANKR video, but let's talk a little bit, Chris. Unless there's something more you want to talk about on this one?
No, let's get into it, Nick.
Fantastic. Well, this is what's happened since getting this announcement. ANKR has gone on another phenomenal run. So we've set a new all-time high here for the ANKR token, which is fantastic, right? We like all-time highs, I have to say. Not too bad at all. So we have a Fibonacci retracement on here. This comes in at the low level of the 27th of January through to that high level that was achieved on the 22nd of February. We had that consolidation down here towards that 382, the 50, and the 618 area, the breakout that happened, and we took out that first price point. The first price point was 6.1 cent. Okay, and that's a good thing. We obviously had that. We came back down, back tested that area, traded sideways for a little bit of time here. And let me just get the actual date range on that for you guys. So we kind of traded sideways pretty much for 9 days here, and that 9-day trading was to do a lot of corrections within some of the areas. Now, even this particular daily RSI hasn't been corrected. It was briefly came out of this overbought area before mooning up here a little bit. So there's still room to grow here, but at some point this is going to have to come back down into a more comfortable zone. So we have to just monitor that situation. The euphoria will be over quickly, and as long as the volumes kind of correct nicely with this, we should get a nice correction in this RSI. And the volumes are looking pretty good right now. Okay, so we'll have to just watch that space. But if we pull this into that 4-hourly view here, again, we can see what's happening at the top there with those candles. They're performing quite nicely, still pushing much higher. We actually had quite a bit of space to play with on this 4-hourly RSI, right? So we were at the point of breakout actually down here at 48, so below that 50 point. So there was a reasonable swing to the upside, but I think we're probably coming to the top of this RSI now. So I'll be watching this potentially get corrected a little bit. And obviously this RSI can come down here without doing too much damage to the price if the volumes stay nice and low. So we'll just watch that and see how that plays out. If we go into that 1-hourly view, Chris, we can see the volumes are really decreasing over those hours. We can see that the candles there are doing exactly what we thought they would. They would come back down and push back up a little bit. We're actually doing really well in considering we're overbought. Okay, so it is above 80 on the RSI, 82, I think. So got quite a bit, up here. So all of those, the daily, the 4-hourly, and the hourly, they're all overbought. So brace yourself, guys. I think there is going to be a healthy correction due in order to make this more sustainable. And what we mean by this is, if I go back to that daily view for a moment here, is we took out that second price target, okay, which came in at 9.4. What we want to do is actually we want to come back down from our 11.4 cent area here and test to see if that is definitely going to be our support zone. We need to find a support, and in doing this test we'll actually correct our RSI, and that would give us enough space to the upside to move over to that next price target, which is 12.6 cent. With that being said, you could have a little bit of a baby correction, which is what you're kind of fighting right up against now, and that could give us a little bit of more room to grow and actually take out that price target without doing a test down here. So lots of different ways that this could play out, but I don't think it's going to be sustainable to keep the RSI that high for too much longer. So just brace yourself, guys. We will eventually end up with the correction. You will obviously get this once you have these kind of situations. And what you want is exactly what happened in that 9-day period to occur. You want that kind of trading sideways here, lining up everything ready to take that next step. So that's literally like a step in motion here. So we want to kind of come back down, test this area, and then we can move on up. And obviously at the top here, Chris, we've got 14.7 cent of our highest area on the RSI extension levels. And then, probably once we get there, we'll end up resetting our Fibonacci and seeing what else is actually in store for Anchor. But right now it's doing incredibly well. We've also have a bit of a stretch target ourselves that's kind of marked out on here. And that comes in at about 80 odd cents, something like that, which still shows 700% to gain on this thing. So lots of room to grow. So yeah, lots of positivity, Chris.
Yeah, and I think if you got in when we first started talking about Anchor, I think you're looking at about 11,000% increase.
It is crazy. It really is. So phenomenal stuff. There's still about 700% on the table here, I believe. It may even go higher than that. We'll just have to watch that space and obviously correct our Fibonacci tool as we progress through that. So yeah, fantastic news with Anchor being listed on Coinbase. It's phenomenal to the price action that we've seen today. The Coinbase effect has started, and it isn't even the regular Coinbase. So once that happens, could you imagine how far this thing's going to potentially go, Chris?
I know it's going to be phenomenal, Nick. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So guys, if you found this useful, informative, hit the like button. We both really do appreciate that. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do subscribe, because by subscribing, you may just end up with little nuggets of information like Chris gave us yesterday that Anchor would be next on Coinbase. And with all that said, we hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Take care.